Are Nicki Minaj and Cardi B really planning a boxing match?
The Kardashians officially canceled?
And is Tanacon 2.0 coming?
All right, guys, we're gonna break these rumors down right now on Rumor Patrol. Huge thanks to new Candy Crush friend Saga for sponsoring this episode.
Another weekend, and we are back with you guys. What's up? I'm Jocelyn with Emil.
Hey, guys.
And we are hanging out here on Rumor Patrol. There's so much going on. It's officially fall. Halloween was crazy.
Cray cray.
I've never been more happy something's over. I just have to say it. R.I.P. Halloween.
But speaking of over, the Kardashians is canceled apparently.
What? Yeah, jumping right into it. Rumor number one, is it true? And I can't believe that it ever could be. Is the Kardashians' ultra famous show on E canceled?
Okay, here's the thing, Jocelyn. It's
What?
been on for so long, 15 seasons now. We're in season 15, and there's been a lot of history. I remember years ago in college watching this. Like, it's been around for quite some time. It's going through multiple generations, guys. But here's the thing. I know it's one of those things you're like, oh, how could this ever end? But I do truly believe it will eventually come to an end. Even though technically we've talked about this, we have like the North and Penelope and Saint, like all these new kids who can possibly like keep the show alive.
Right.
I don't know if it's going to continue to be Keeping Up with the Kardashians or it will be like a spin-off reiteration of like
Maybe with like one of the families, because
Yeah.
that is, first off, a whole lot of people.
A lot.
And who knows if all of these kids are even going to want to be interested in being featured on the show in a few years. And who knows if the original Kardashian women are going to want to keep doing this forever. They might want to do something else.
Right. Well, I want you to pop up this cover of Life and Style that was out on stands this
What?
week. I actually bought it and I had it, but it's in my backpack in the office and I don't feel like going back and get it. But the cover reads, as you can see, after 15 seasons, Kardashians finally canceled. $1.5 billion empire collapses. Okay, I was super skeptical of the article.
Yes.
Because one, it's Life and Style,
Yes.
and two, like there's been no official announcement that has been canceled from Hollywood Reporter or Variety or any like notable outlet.
Reputable outlet.
Right, so
yeah.
it's just like, I don't really think this is true. However, I was reading the article and I found myself reading the whole article. It was like 3 pages.
This is a space of honesty, Emil.
Right.
So did it have any information that you felt was in any way tied to the truth?
Kind of.
Really?
Actually, yeah, and here's why. So the article says ratings for Keeping Up with the Kardashians have dropped to an all-time low, and now there's buzz that the E series is being canceled. Life and Style has exclusively learned. An insider revealed that the show has had its ups and downs over the years, but viewership has fallen off a cliff recently. And then they went on to quote that the October 7th episode only had 809,000 viewers. Now, there's this website I go to sometimes when I'm bored called TV by the Numbers. And It shows like all the ratings for the different shows, the Nielsen ratings. And technically, this is a fact. 809,000 viewers for the episode, and that's not including like what is it, the +7, which is for you nerds out there, like the DVR views and like the next day views and all different stuff. However, compared to the views that the Kardashians used to get on this show, that's still pretty low.
But we do have to point out that this is a common occurrence across TV.
Yeah.
And I think that the Kardashians are probably facing way less challenges with this than most shows are.
Yeah.
Moreover, I would like to point out that I do not think there is any world in which E would ever cancel the Kardashians. They might cancel their existence on TV in general, but it would be their choice. They are not getting canceled at anything. It can be makeup, it could be fashion, it could be Instagram. They are never getting canceled. They are not over.
There's more. They said in the article the other reasons why the show may be canceled, which by the way, nowhere in the article did it actually say the show was canceled beyond on the cover. Like the cover is the only thing that said canceled. And it literally said finally canceled as if that was a fact. So it didn't say that in the article anywhere. It gave more so reasons as to why it could possibly be. And here are some of the reasons they said. They said that the fights between Kim and Kourtney, Kylie barely being on the show anymore, Khloe being humiliated by Tristan, Kanye's antics are a reason as well. And then the insider says that Kim and Kris are the only ones shilling for the show at this point. The network's former cash cow is gasping for air and headed for the chopping block. Here's the thing. You remember last year, the article came out saying that their contract was renewed for another 5 seasons or whatever. And this particular article is saying they addressed that too, and they said the family signed a $150 million contract in 2017 to film 5 more seasons. That contract is up in 2019, and either party can opt out sooner, which is something Kylie is considering doing. Now, they said 2019. When the article came out, Variety actually posted another one shortly after saying that it was actually renewed until 2020.
Okay.
Second of all, just playing angel's advocate here. Technically, that is true of contracts. A lot of contracts, it is open-ended where either party can say, depending on what the contract is.
Or I want to stay in.
They're not going to like force you to do something unless it's in your contract. But I truly believe like either party could opt out. And I kind of believe that maybe, especially with Kylie, you know, she really hasn't been on the show that much anymore. But even that's been the case kind of for a couple of seasons. Kylie and Kendall really aren't on the show as much as the three main sisters, like the actual Kardashians. Right. So honestly, I'm not really. You can't really use that as a judgment as to if the show's going to come to an end based on that.
No, I don't think so. But will some of the sisters kind of maybe not be on the show anymore?
Right.
Totally possible.
That's possible.
So is the Kardashians show canceled? This is so false.
All right, Jocelyn. Now this one, you're going to have to explain. Is it true that there is going to be a boxing match between none other than Nicki Minaj and Cardi B?
Okay, well, I got to say, I found this to be equal parts, like, crazy as in like this will never happen.
Right.
But also based on what we've recently seen in the YouTube world with the recent boxing match being so wildly successful, I thought like, hey, maybe this could actually happen. But here's the breakdown.
Okay.
It's no secret that Cardi B and Nicki Minaj have been involved in what some would call a feud.
Wait, what?
A full-blown feud, actually, over the last few years, and especially in the last few months. But you guys, this rumor got started, as all great things do, on Twitter.
Wow.
Here's the tea. So if you don't know all the drama that went down just earlier this week, we're going to remind you, the whole thing came to a boil after Nicki went on Queen Radio to talk about her fight with Cardi. She talked about everything that went down at New York Fashion Week, to Cardi's sister's claims that Nicki leaked Cardi's phone numbers to fans. While she was on the show, Nicki claimed that her friend, Raw Ali, punched Cardi, quote, 9 or 10 times at the Harper's Bazaar event at New York Fashion Week, which I'm so glad we're finally getting info on, because there was really nothing totally conclusive that we could gather, but we knew something went down at Fashion Week. It's crazy. It goes on, though. She also claimed to have paid $100,000 for surveillance footage of the fight. At one point during the whole radio broadcast, Nicki claimed that Cardi stopped Offset and 21 Savage from doing a video with Nicki for their No Flag track. Nicki also denied ever leaking Cardi's phone number to her Barbs, despite all of the allegations. So this is, I mean, what I love about this is that both of these women are pretty forthcoming with information.
Right.
Whether or not all of it is totally true on both sides, we'll never know because we're never actually there. But I love that they're not like smiling at each other and being like, we're best friends, but then like also trying to stab each other as they walk by. They're just putting it all out there.
Well, they did put it all out there.
They did put it all out there. Yeah, they put it all out there. So Cardi got wind of all of the stuff that went down when Nicki was on Queen Radio, and then she went on her own rant. She posted 10 short videos about the feud to her Instagram account. In the first video, she just completely denies being punched by Raw Ali.
How you saying that I got ragged by Raw Ali when there is so many footages of that night, every single angle, and where am I getting ragged at?
In another video, she denies Nicki's accusation that she stopped 21 Savage and Offset from doing a music video with Nicki for No Flag. Cardi even explained she doesn't know 21 Savage well. The reason the song didn't get a video is because it just wasn't doing well enough. That's not it though. At one point during her multi-video rant, Cardi even threatened to sue Nicki for defamation of character, but in the end, she just made it clear she wants to resolve the feud and put an end to it. But while all of this was happening, here's where the plot thickens, you guys. Here's where the whole rumor comes into play.
Finally getting
Jake Paul tweeted out, quote, Cardi B versus Nicki Minaj boxing match, undercard of KSI versus Logan Paul 2. Okay, this is crazy. I love that Logan Paul is getting involved in something that I am invested in slightly, which is Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. What do you think about this? Ludicrous or a possibility?
Okay, here's the thing. So, this will be incredible. I don't condone violence.
No.
However, at some point, if things are coming to a head, sometimes, that is a way where people can be entertained. It is in a safe environment where there are referees.
It's sport.
There are rules.
It's an actual sport. So it's not really.
It's a workout.
It's not violence.
Right.
It really is an organized, orchestrated sport. Some would even say an art.
Some would
argue it's an art.
I don't know though, Josh, because sometimes the bruises on the faces, it looks like it hurts.
I'm not interested in doing any of this myself, and I would definitely recommend that the ladies don't do it because both of their makeup and their glam game is so on point. But it seems like none of this is actually going to be happening because the Jake Paul tweet, yes, it went out, but they've already kind of buried the hatchet, which truly makes me so happy. Nicki tweeted, okay guys, let's focus on positive things. Only from here on out, we're all so blessed. I know this stuff is entertaining and funny to a lot of people, but I won't be discussing this nonsense anymore. Then, you guys, Cardi retweeted Nicki's tweet saying this, at Nicki Minaj, all right then, let's keep it positive and keep it pushing. Okay, I love that they're just burying the hatchet.
I love it, but at the same time,
I'm gonna have to wait and see.
At the same time, I can't.
It seems like there could be a little underlying tone of
There's definitely underlying
sarcasm there.
It came up again on Nicki's show, and then Cardi responded, and then Nicki squashed it, but at the same point, like, Nicki is the one who brought it up again, so it's just kind of like, I'm glad they squashed it, but just either squash it
or don't.
Or don't. Like.
And I feel like, hey, I have a very positive outlook. I feel like it's being squashed.
Mm-hmm.
Is the feud over? Time will tell. But is it true that they're doing a full-blown boxing match a la Logan Paul thanks to Jake Paul?
Not yet.
False. All right, that was a doozy. That was a lot of information.
Yes.
I'm literally sweating, but we got to move on to our final rumor, which I am personally really potentially excited about because I missed Tanacon at VidCon this year, as did many other people. We all know what happened. But is Tanacon 2.0 actually a thing that could be coming?
Wait a minute.
I will not. Tell me right now, Emil.
So, we all know what went down with Tanacon. If you don't know, there is a 3-part documentary series that Shane Dawson did that explains everything. There's multiple articles. Like, you can find out what happened at Tanacon. The rumor, is Tanacon 2.0 happening? Well, it depends on what that exactly means.
Oh, interpretation.
Interpretation. So, is there going to be another Tanacon? That I cannot confirm nor deny. There has been nothing to say that. However,
I would like there to be another Tanacon.
I'm all for people redeeming themselves. I just don't. Sometimes, when you burn the bridge so bad, people don't even want to give you a shot to redeem yourself. So if she did do it again, I don't know if people would even be willing to risk it. If that makes sense.
I'm there to risk it. I want to go.
Jocelyn is going to be that.
I'll be there, girl.
At least one attendee. So okay, but here's the thing. So you remember Michael Weiss was the organizer of Tanacon, right?
Yes.
Well, things are getting a little interesting because apparently when I say Tanacon 2.0, it looks like there is going to be a second version of Tanacon. When we say that, we mean an extension of the docuseries. So Shane Dawson did his docuseries.
Right, which was awesome.
And now Michael Weiss is saying that he's going to pretty much do his own docuseries that's going to answer a lot of the questions that weren't answered in Shane's doc.
I feel like most of the questions, a lot of them weren't answered.
Right.
What questions are still brewing?
So here's what he says. He just said in the press release, this film has hours of raw, unedited, and untampered with footage of what really happened with Tanacon. I hope each of you watch this. It shares not only the truth, but provides a real clarity on what happened. This is my final project under Good Times Entertainment before dissolution, which he also announced in that press release earlier this week that
he has filed for bankruptcy.
He filed for bankruptcy. So he announced that. He announced he was going to be releasing the doc, and
maybe this is a way for him to literally just make a bit of a living.
Yeah.
I'm always a fan of people making an honest living, but I think it needs to be something that Tana is on board with. And it seems like based on some of the things we've seen out in the Twitterverse just this week in the lead up to shooting this episode at the time right now, that maybe she's not on board with him putting some of this stuff out there.
Yeah, we saw their Halloween costume. Though. We saw Michael Weiss' response. If you haven't seen it, it's out there. So honestly, I'm gonna watch this documentary, and then I think we'll all get the questions answered as far as how he feels about this whole situation going down, because I mean that's a big deal. Like obviously, I feel like it's probably emotional for him to file for bankruptcy, and it's embarrassing, and at the same time, Tana's going through her own emotions. So
and she's already put all the information out there. I feel like she's been through enough at this point, and people have forgiven her. She's forgiven herself. It's time to move on. But is it true that there is going to be a Tanacon 2.0? See it, dream it, believe it. Maybe.
Yeah. Guys, that is a wrap for another episode of Rumor Patrol. I forgot Jocelyn emailed me. She was like, Emil, I really liked when you did the comments last
Pull in the
week.
comments.
I forgot to do it, but I will do it next week, guys. I will pull your comments. I will read them. So please, if you are watching this video, go ahead and leave some comments in the comment section below. And yes, I will be reading them all. Well, not all of them, but you get what I'm saying.
As many as possible.
As many as possible. And you may be on the show next week. But guys, we thank you so much for watching each and every week. Also, I want to see some of your Halloween costumes as well. So if you want to see that, then maybe I'll highlight one of those. I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point. Guys, love you. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Huge thanks to New Candy Crush Friends Saga for sponsoring this episode. Are you ready for the sweetest feeling ever?